Welcome to the Disney Hour Express podcast. I'm Abbie.
And I'm Rob. We are two hopelessly romantic Disney enthusiasts.
Sharing fun stories, secret tips, and family travel experiences.
If you are a Disney newbie, or maybe a season pass holder, we hope you find this information helpful.
We turned our love of Disney into a unique boutique travel agency that books Disney and Universal vacations.
We've got a lot of stories, so cozy on up, choose your favorite drink,
whether that be a cocktail or a hot chocolate,
and enjoy the Disney Hour Express. Welcome to the Disney Hour Express. Now, this is a special episode. This is episode 91. I'll tell you in a second. I'm not usually the one that keeps track of the numbers, but I'm joined by a very special guest co-host. Now, my normal co-host isn't available as we have been very busy. So I'm normally sitting across my lovely wife. But in this instance, I'm sitting across from my lovely daughter, whose name is
Heidi.
Heidi's been on the podcast before. You know she's a big Disney fanatic in the making.
Yes.
Maybe a future travel agent. We'll see.
Hopefully.
But no, she's here now. Heidi, how old are you? You don't have to tell anyone that. Never answer how old you are. Don't tell anyone your age.
How old are you?
Oh boy. I don't know. There's not enough fingers and toes for you to count that high, for me to count that high. I can't count that high.
You can't count how old you are.
Right. Oh,
Just
boy.
yesterday, I counted to like 134. Can you count that high?
Whoa. That is a high number.
I can get higher.
All right. So we're here, and obviously we weren't here last week because we have been, in the words of my beautiful wife, so dang busy that it was just, and there was no way. And now, to be honest, it was again another busy weekend. This is the week before Halloween, right?
I did
You
nothing.
did nothing. Heidi could have put on the entire podcast, but we've had a busy week. We've had between cheer practices and games and dance classes and chores around the house. Yeah, we had a competition the week before. We had a Halloween party last night. Now let's not gloss over that fact. Now the Halloween, right? We can reveal, right, what I think everyone has been. Now, what were you for the Halloween party?
I was Bellatrix Lestrange from Harry Potter.
Bellatrix Lestrange. Now, Heidi is 10 years old, and she's growing very fast. And she was wearing these boots because that's like a very Bellatrix thing to wear boots.
Yeah.
With the boots on, she's about 2 inches away from Abbie. So it's very scary for everyone.
They weren't a foot tall boot. They were like
they were pretty tall boots.
They were like 10 inches, like
okay, yeah,
12, 15 inches boots.
That's you're practicing because you want to be able to slam dunk on mommy. That's why you want to do that, right? You want to be able to slam dunk on her when you guys play 1-on-1 basketball out back? No? Okay.
No, we don't play basketball together.
Now, and Bailey was a fairy, right? She was a fairy, so she had all white on, which is dangerous.
For our family.
Yes, for especially these kids, because you guys like getting dirty.
I wore all black.
Yeah, for rightfully so. I mean, you can't go.
I had no color except for my wand.
Yeah, right. That's true. No color whatsoever. Lando, I don't know what you're doing. Stop it. Come on, Lando. We're talking Halloween here. Oh, okay. He's coming over. And then Abbie and I were kind of a couple's costume. She was Little Red Riding Hood, and I was the
Big Bad Wolf, quote unquote.
She's using air quotes. Lando, get away from those Kleenex. What are you doing?
I just want to say he had this shirt that said Big Bad Wolf on.
It's true. And now if everybody, I know it's going to be in huge demand. I think maybe Abbie and I will post a picture of our costumes on our Instagram.
Yes, you should.
And I guess, what is that Instagram? What is it? It's Instagram Disney Family Travel Planner. Okay, that's us. That's where you go. Disney Family Travel Planner. Heidi's also, because of said party, she's a little bit under the weather. She's a little sick. She's got a little bit of a cold, but she's so gracefully agreed to join us today when I came down to the couch just minutes ago as she was playing Roblox, I think.
Just to impress and adopt me.
Oh, boy. Okay. And so she was playing video games, and I was like, you want to be on the podcast? And she thought about it for like 17 minutes, and then it was like, fine.
Excuse me? Excuse me?
So anyway, so we weren't here. I don't know. Like, October has been crazy for us. I'm sure it seems like a lot of people we've talked to have just been busy for people, especially with children.
Definitely.
So we wanted to put something out here. This won't be a very long episode because, Abbie obviously is the heart and soul of the podcast. You want to listen to her voice, not me ramble on.
Excuse me?
But
I'm not the heart and soul?
Thankfully, Heidi was able to hear it. So there's been a lot of things that have happened. Somewhat. A lot of things. That doesn't make any sense. Good sentence, Rob. There's been some stuff going on, right? Obviously, it's the end of the Halloween season. The last 2 weeks, we're getting used to, Disney's wrapping it up. Universal's wrapping up Halloween Horror Nights. Disney's wrapping up Mickey's Not So Scary. And we're ready to transition over to the holidays. One of the things that we talked about it in our last episode, but we did not cover it because when we were off, was the Jungle Cruise. Now, Heidi, did you know that the Jungle Cruise was closed for refurbishment?
Yes, I did. I heard about it, and then I completely forgot about it.
Yeah, I know. Probably like a lot of people did. But unless you were going to Disney, right?
You would definitely know if you were going to Disney.
Mm-hmm. So we wanted to obviously follow up on that story. Now, they were closed for 2 months. Do you think, was there anything like new additions?
Well, I don't know. I'm not sure. I want to see different animals.
Oh, you want to see different animals?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, unfortunately, that would have been a good addition.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, there weren't any additions to it. It was basically just a refurbishment.
Like
they just cleaned it up. They made sure it looked better. I think last time we were there, we noticed there was a lot of hippopotamus and stuff. They had like a lot of like water lines on them.
There's crocodiles. They weren't coming up.
Yeah. So it needed some work. It needed some tender love and care.
Yeah.
The last time it actually was down for maintenance was 2017. Yeah. That's a long time, right? And that's especially for all those parts that are underwater. So they had to take out all these underwater permits and all these things.
They would have to drain all the water.
Right, to get underneath there, or they put on scuba gear and have to go do the work down below.
I've seen on the Disney Animal Kingdom show with on the real savannah.
Yeah,
they have all those moats and barriers. They were there's this big fence. In the moats and barriers.
Okay,
and they had to completely drain it, and it was just wild.
Get rid of all the water there.
Yeah, it was for the hippos.
They pump it out and then maybe pump it back in.
Yeah.
No. Okay. So that kind of came up, and it came back just in time to be open for 2 weeks and then to change again because it's going to get changed over to the Jingle Cruise.
What is the Jingle Cruise?
That's the holiday overlay for the Jungle Cruise.
I've never seen the Jingle Cruise.
We've never been there during the holidays, so.
Well, you would think they would post a video of it on YouTube.
You could see it on YouTube.
I've seen none. I have never seen it.
Well, if you search Jingle Cruise, you'll see it. But it's just there's lights and stuff, and I think the skips kind of changed some of their routines.
Their jokes.
They add some Santa jokes and things like that.
Do you think you would make a good skipper?
I think so. I am one to turn a joke into an even worse joke. So
yeah.
But much like what they do. But yeah, no, I think it'd be a fun job. I would think about it. Maybe. So that was something we wanted to follow up on. Now, I was just kind of also taking a look around the parks. One of the other things that kind of was announced as we were going on is that Big Thunder Mountain Railroad is going to be closing for construction. Right, it's going to be part of because that's like the Beyond Thunder Mountain Railroad project that's happening. So right, that's where the villain land is going to go, is beyond.
So they're going to close it up so no one can take a peek on the ride?
I think they're going to close that up. They also want to refurbish it, and it's going to be closed for, I think they said, almost a year.
Oh.
So it's going to be closed for quite a while, but I think they're going to add some, because, it's an older ride. It's been around for a while. And it's a fun ride, though, right?
Yeah.
We just went on it.
Yeah, I went on it for the first time last trip. It was pretty fun.
Yeah, but I think they're going to change it up and maybe add some new elements to it and have more things exploding and stuff like that. I think it'll be a good one.
It would be fun if, on the ride, those volcano explosion waters could actually get to you. Or it's an illusion that it can't.
What, you mean you want to have hot lava get thrown on you?
No, I want water thrown on you.
Oh,
you know?
Okay, all right.
No, because it would be cool if that happened in
right.
it.
So this is it kind of starts the whole the big Disney refurbishment of it. You'll see that Dino Land is on its last days. It's closing down by. Probably, they said by January, it's going to be closed. And that's going to be, in part, it's going to be the new South America themed land with Indiana Jones and all that stuff. All this stuff is happening. So that's one of the things. So the construction, if you look at Big Thunder Mountain Railroad, while it's still open right now, if you look behind it, you see a lot of construction going on. So they're clearing out, they're making room. It's kind of exciting. Let's see, over in Epcot, they have the International Food and Wine Festivals in full swing. That's still going on for a little bit more. I think that ends in November, early November. I have to get an exact date. This is why Abbie's usually here. She usually knows the dates.
Well, you got me now.
I got Heidi. You know the dates?
No.
Come on, Heidi.
You literally just asked me 15 minutes ago, do you want to do the podcast with me?
I said hey, do you want to watch some TPM vids and check it out?
Oh, I would love that.
Now this is over this past week over in Disney's Hollywood Studios. Now you've seen the show Fantasmic.
Yes, I am. It's really nice. I like it.
It's a good one. And I heard there's a performance in someone's dance class using the Fantasmic theme song. But we're not going to talk about that right now. We're not going to talk about it. It's top secret. We can't say anything about it. But what did happen was during one of the shows of Fantasmic, there's anyone that's seen Fantasmic, it includes a segment where kind of some important Disney couples come out on barges and they kind of... they start on one side of the show and they crisscross and they pass each other. And
all the bells.
Yeah.
Belle, Ariel.
Right, correct. So that one has Belle and the Beast. There's one has Prince Eric and Ariel.
There's Ariel. There's
one Snow White and Prince Charming.
Snow White and Prince Charming.
And then is there one with Aladdin and Jasmine? Is that the other one? Or
I don't know. I think
forget.
There might
no. It's Tiana and...
Tiana and the Prince.
Yes.
Forget the name.
Oh boy. Yeah, we forgot him. Anyway, do you know what happened? Two of the barges, they collided.
Really?
From my understanding, right, is that those barges should be
on
they should be on tracks.
Yeah.
Right? There's not anyone actually driving the barge. It's just a kind of a water ride. Somehow there was a malfunction and the barge holding Ariel and Prince Eric and then Belle and the Beast collided.
Really? Were they okay?
Yes. Yeah. Everyone seemed to be okay. It seemed like the Prince Eric barge wasn't affected whatsoever, but the Beast and
Beauty
Belle,
and the Beast.
Belle kind of fell down. So it was the part where they just started dancing was after Belle does a curtsy and she takes the Beast's hand. and they start dancing, and then she fell, but they did a very good job from what I understand. I didn't see the actual videos. Like, she kind of just like kept it as if it was part of the show. She fell down, but she kept her eyes locked with the beast, and he just kind of like picked her up, and like they just started dancing again. And they said the crowd went like nuts and like started like applauding them because she did such a good job.
Did the boats colliding stop the whole show?
No, the show went on.
Going?
The show they collided. I guess they just like hit and kind of like kept going,
like skimmed each other.
Yeah, and then but kept going, and and then the show just went on and continued as normal. So it's pretty amazing, and that shows you how talented those people are that are performing those, right? They could just kind of do that and keep going. I'd probably freak out. Like, oh my gosh, we're going to drown in this lake that's probably only like 3 feet deep, but it's going to happen. That's why Moana's able to walk on the water.
When we went to see Fantasmic, I was like, watching a bunch of different TPM vids because that's what I do before any Disney trip.
Shout out to TPM vids on YouTube.
Yeah. I do that before any Disney trip. And I learned about this little part where Mickey there's like this little splash zone area where Mickey used to go, but because of the costume, they like wouldn't use it anymore. So they like stopped that for a little bit and it was just left there. So then I heard that they used Moana. They're now using Moana for that little splash zone area.
It makes sense.
And they're calling it a walk-on water area, kind of.
Because I am Moana. Okay. We talked about Dinoland before. Closing down, but they've already started setting up the Christmas lights in Dinoland.
Oh my gosh.
Because it's its last holiday celebration.
Home Depot already has their Christmas lights up.
Home Depot has their Christmas lights. They're like, get out of here, Halloween. We ain't got no room for you. We're not making any money off of the giant skeletons anymore. We're going to put up our Grinch, or automated Grinch.
Yeah.
Now, I generally have a tradition. Now, obviously, it could go overboard and spend, a ton of money, but I like to add one inflatable
to the yard every
year. So I wonder what I'm going to get this year.
We have a Baby Yoda.
We have a Baby Yoda.
What else do we have?
We have Mickey and Minnie.
And Minnie. Baby Yoda was the latest addition.
Yeah. And Mickey and Minnie, and then we got the Grinch and Max.
And that's all, because we didn't really get anything for the first year.
Well, no, that's it. We've only been here 3 years. This is going to be our 4th Christmas.
Yeah.
So, any predictions on what we're going to get? What do you think?
We have a Minnie and Mickey. We have a Grinch. I feel like a Disney princess. Like, if one ever existed, like a Disney princess holiday one.
Interesting. All right. Well, we'll take a look. We'll see what's available. I have one inflatable in mind, and I have something else in mind that I want to add.
Which
I like to surprise you guys, so we'll see. Now, we have our Halloween out there now.
We only have a Wednesday out there. I gotta say,
it's pretty pathetic. It looks sparse, to say the least. The house is done. Abbie does a really good job of making sure there's decorations in the house. Yeah. And I'm kind of in charge of the outside, and there's just not enough. And I don't know. It was, I'll admit that especially, we all don't like big, scary decorations. So we try to keep them Halloween, but light Halloween. So kind of limited to what we could take. Like there was a Jack, but I could only find the Sally. There wasn't like, I don't know. So we got to try again. I admit I'll take the L on this one. I could have done a better job.
All we have is a Wednesday with her left hand on her hip and her right hand out, like flicked,
holding
with
a
spider on her hand.
So,
and she is so small.
Well, Wednesday's small. She's not big. Right? Jenny Ortega. She's small. Or Jenna Ortega.
Jenna Ortega.
I call her Jenny. Her close friends call her Jenny. Never met her before.
You're not her. You've never met her. You barely know anything.
We also
about
have
her.
we also have a Hocus Pocus projecting light.
Yeah.
But that's really about it. We have Ghosty.
We're more out on Christmas than Halloween.
Yeah, I guess so.
Because we always make the Santa runway.
Yes.
We made one. We have one in the front and in the back for Christmas.
Let's not confuse them too much. Let's not talk too much Christmas here. We're talking Halloween. We don't want to. We don't want to ruin the Halloween. We don't want to overlook it. We love Halloween.
Yeah.
So one of the things that going forward, right? We're looking. The Disney resort hotels. There's a lot of things going on. Pricing of, obviously, the talk of the price for just a general vacation is expensive.
Yeah.
You don't really know that because, thankfully, we normally make you pay for your room.
That is so not true.
You have to pay for your own room.
No, I don't.
Yeah. By the way, you owe me $5,000, so I'll be
I don't
collecting.
have $5,000.
All right, fair enough. It's expensive to go to Disney. We all can admit that. Now, sometimes Disney just gets a little bit too much. There's all these things. If you go to a resort, you can buy a refillable mug that you can, throughout the course of your stay at the resort, you can refill at any of the refill stations as many times as you want. And it's generally a good deal if you're not bringing cases of water in with you or whatever. But you could fill up any carbonated beverage that's in a fountain, the soda fountain machine, and you could refill it.
Yeah, ices too.
Now, up until I don't know about ices.
At Universal, that's what I'm thinking of.
Okay,
you can get refills.
Oh,
with
that's right.
Universal
That's right. We did that
ices.
when we went there. Yeah.
Yes.
Disney. I don't know if you. I don't believe you can.
I don't think.
Up until a couple of weeks ago, it was $21.99 to buy one of the refillable mugs. Now it's $22.99.
Is it just going up $1?
It went up $1. But Disney, come on, Disney. Let's look. We'll break down how much this actually costs.
I just want to say Disney is not a person.
Disney is a person. They're listening to us. They listen to our podcast. It's in our name of the podcast. So they're like, what's this express hour? I don't know what these people are talking about. The one guy just says nonsense. And the woman that's normally on there is very beautiful and says intelligent things. That's true, Disney. It is true. But going back to the soda. Soda is very cheap. So fountain soda is extremely inexpensive, and that's where a lot of restaurants and all these places make money because they charge you $5 for a paper cup and then let you refill your soda. But soda in itself, very cheap. These mugs that Disney sells are a little bit more. They're more than paper cups, right? I don't know. Have you seen them before? I'll put them over here. So you can... Right, you've seen those types of mugs before. They're a little bit more money, but are they worth $22? I don't think so.
I feel like 19 or 18 would be better.
I would say probably a lot less than that, but
like 11 or 10.
Probably less than that because probably
9, 8.
Disney probably buys 1 million of them all at once, and they probably get a really good deal. So it's just like. Why are they have to get you everywhere they possibly can by charging an extra $1 for a fountain refillable mug of soda? Anyway, come on, Disney. Come on. Look at you. We should let Bailey know about this. There's a Stitch vampire popcorn bucket that was only available during the Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party. You can now buy it at Animal Kingdom. Just for sale. Yeah, you can just go to Animal Kingdom and buy it. It looks pretty cool. I like it. I'm going to show you a picture. Stitch as a vampire.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, right? Maybe Santa will bring that. Disneyland's got some stuff. I guess Tiana's Bayou opened over there.
Oh, that one's amazing.
Or I think they're doing... It's like the previews. It's not fully open, but previews are happening. So if you're you're a Magic key holder, you could sign up to get a ride beforehand.
What do you mean?
Magic Key holders are like annual pass holders. So they have previews where it's not open to the public, but you can kind of get in a virtual queue if you have this Magic Key.
Is that what we did?
No, we were just lucky enough that it opened days before we got there.
Yeah, we had no idea when it was gonna open.
That's right.
When we started to plan the trip,
and they added that, and we didn't know they were gonna add that drop either, right?
Yeah, they made a change to the check. How dare you, Disney? You said you weren't going to. It was a nice surprise. I loved it.
Hey, she loves it from the mouth of the babes, right? That's what they get. Now I'm going through. Oh, what's this Facebook page? Is that a Facebook page or family travel planner that I'm on? That's amazing. The newly posted Magical Minute for the Halloween. We have a travel agent, Nikki.
Who's Nikki?
Is down in Disney. She just ran today the half marathon.
Really?
Yeah, so she just ran like 13 miles through Disney World.
Wow.
Yeah, and that's a big run, and that's awesome. And
I think some of my teachers used to go on that run.
Oh.
Like
okay.
some of the Disney teachers in the school.
Oh, and they used to go run. All right, we're not going to name names.
Yeah, I'm not going to. I'm just saying.
Respect their privacy. Uh-oh.
What?
I saw a picture of myself. Uh-oh. Let's see. Now I'm just gonna take a break. I'm gonna look to see if Nikki made it. One new post. Did she do it? I see her. She's in front of Magic Kingdom. She's in front of the Cinderella's castle. I believe she did make it, but we'll get confirmation and we'll post up on our Instagram as soon as she runs. That's a tough run. I would not want to do anything.
Who wants to change the topic to Epic Universe?
Oh, well, we will. We're going to get to that. We're going to get to that. So the Run Disney is going on. And as a matter of fact, we're here. We're at the Epic Universe portion. Portion is
a new word for portion.
So one of the other things that has happened in the time that we were away was that Epic Universal put out, they're selling tickets for Epic Universe, which opens on, do you know the day?
No. I do not know the day.
What kind of a co-host are you? You don't know any of these dates. You don't have any, you're not bringing anything to the table.
I am a 10-year-old child. What do you expect from me?
Well, you have a phone now. I got to show you how to Google things. She can't use Google.
I can't. Yeah, you can't. I'm not. Look.
We keep things safe. All right, we're not going to show the podcast people what you're able to do on your phone.
Do it.
You're showing me. I know. I set up the phone. Okay. Wow. But what they've done, they started putting out tickets. Now you can't buy individual tickets yet. Those aren't for sale. You can buy ticket packages. So they're offering them 3, 4, and 5 day ticket packages to Epic Universe. Or to Universal. In those packages, you are able to get 1 day to go to Epic Universe when it opens. So you still, if you buy a 3-day package, you get 2 days to Universal and Nine's Adventure. Heidi's yawning. And then going forward, the same thing with the 5 and the 7 day packages. So 1 day. 1 day to Universal. 1 day to Epic Universe. I don't think it's enough.
No, because it's probably going to take you at least half your day to explore one park.
It could. Yeah, it very well could. Now, we know that there's 5 lands in Epic Universe, right?
Yeah, so that would be at least...
And we just watched the 4 coasters.
3 days.
We watched 4 coasters in the parks.
Yeah.
Do you remember what those lands were?
So there's... Mario Super Nintendo Land.
Super Nintendo Land, right?
There's I Can Train a Dragon. How to Train a Dragon.
Yeah, How to Train Your Dragon. Yeah.
There's is there a Harry Potter land?
There was, and that's the one thing they didn't show that ride because that ride's all indoors. So they didn't even bother. They were just showing us what they could see from the outside. Yeah.
From
but there is a Harry Potter land. It's gonna be the Ministry of Magic.
I forget the last 2.
And then we have a Dark Universe.
Yeah, okay.
Right? It's Universal Dark Universe, which has all the Universal monsters. And
the wolf ride.
Yeah, right? And then there's what's kind of like the central, like you have to kind of walk through this part. I think it's called Celestial Park.
Oh, Celestial Magic.
Yeah. So they have the coasters. So which of those coasters, right? They have Donkey Kong. They showed Donkey Kong Minecart Madness. They showed Stardust Racers, which is in Celestial Park. They had the dragon one, the Dueling Dragons, I think it's called. Or
they didn't
something.
show anything of the water dragon ride.
Right.
But they did show pictures.
And then they showed the one that's supposed to be like the werewolf, the dark universe.
There's supposed to be a part where there's like a werewolf in a barn.
Yeah, and you like go through and like you. But which one of those road coasters would you go on?
The Donkey Kong one.
Okay.
Because they said for the Donkey Kong one, there's no screens. It's all actual builds.
Yeah, all sets, all at 100% full sets. And they said, remember what they said for the height requirement? 36 inches. It's like the lowest height requirement for like any roller coaster.
Yeah, because a lot of them are like 40 or 42.
Yeah, or up to like 48. Some even.
Yeah.
So this one's like definitely being advertised as a family ride.
Yes.
And so there's going to be a lot of families on it, but that also means that
longer waits
because now all these kids are going to be able to go into, and there's a ton of kids in the parks, as we all know. But a lot of them won't want to go on it because it might seem too intense for them and so on and so forth. But it could be longer wait times. But it looks like there's a lot of carts on the track at once.
Well, it looks like it's 4 people per cart.
Yeah, 4 to 6, right?
Yeah, it looked like 4 to 6 people per cart.
Right, because they just had dummies in there. So
yeah, so we couldn't really tell.
When we go on there, there'll be one dummy.
You.
Me. So yeah, those rides, they all look like they're fun. They all look unique.
Yeah, they're all especially different.
Yeah,
they look really cool.
And the Harry Potter is going to be a great ride, I'm sure.
Is a Harry Potter ride an actual Universal? It was like I went on it twice.
The Escape from Gringotts.
Yes, and I got 2 different experiences.
One was good and one was bad?
No.
They were both bad?
Well, I wouldn't say they're bad, but they were both like, what is happening?
Okay.
It's like one I got all like near the front, I think with you.
Yeah.
And then one with mommy, I got like all the way in the back. And it was just like, I am flying. Like when they tilt the thing.
Yeah.
And we're like all the way up here. I'm like,
you felt yourself go weightless?
What is going on right now?
Nice. Now, going back to, on top of the rides that are out, they've also released hotel packages. There's going to be 3 new hotels in Epic Universe. It's the Stella Luna, Stella Nova, and then the Universal Helios Grand Hotel.
Is the Stella Nuvo and the Stella other one?
Yeah.
Like near the same area like the Animal Kingdom one?
Well, remember
like
that's
you
Disney.
Can walk to them.
Well,
yeah.
So this one's going to be a little bit further away. You're going to have to take a shuttle to get to the parks, but it's going to be closer to Epic Universe than it is to Universal and Nines of Adventure. But it's still going to be like outside. The Helios is going to be inside the park, which is going to be amazing. Now, one of the things, right? We were all wondering what the price of these hotels are going to be.
We all were. I wasn't.
Travel agents were. It's the talk and all the travel agents are. But, I mean, just as the Disney adults and the Universal adults. So, the price of the Stella Lunas, they're kind of being like value hotels. They're like $114 a night, as low as $114 a night, which is pretty good for a Disney hotel. She's giving me a look, but she obviously...
I'm like, that's a lot of money.
It is a lot of money per night. Yeah. Now, the Helios is saying it's starting from $293 per night. So it's kind of like it's part of the signature collection hotels, which they have other hotels, right, that are existing. Part of the signature hotels are the Lowe's Portofino, the Hard Rock, the Royal Pacific, and the Sapphire Falls. I think is the double check. That's a part of it is signature collection.
What's the Sapphire Falls?
That's another hotel. That is it. That's one of the hotels in Universal. I don't think you've stayed at any of those yet. We only stayed at Disney and traveled over there.
Traveled over to
we had an Airbnb.
The last time, we went to an Airbnb and we went to Disney and Universal.
Now, one of the perks that are big for the Universal signature hotels is that you get a free express pass. Not on all of them, but the higher end ones. You get a free express pass, which is for everyone that's staying in that room.
Really?
So when Mommy and I went there, we went to Universal on our honeymoon, and we stayed in there. We both had free express passes for staying. We're gonna go there again when we want to go visit Epic Universe.
But now, the next time we'll be there, right?
Yeah, we will bring children. Yes. The Helios does not get an express pass. That's kind of controversial. Why is that? I don't know. She can't answer it. She's silent. She can't say anything.
Is one more expensive than the other?
It's a little bit. So I was looking that up. I'm glad you brought that up. So they're saying, right, $293 for the lowest price of the Helios. Now, the lowest price for the Royal Pacific Resort, which gives you an express pass, is $337.
It's probably because it's a higher.
So that's only that's an additional $43. That's an additional $44.
But it's probably because it's more expensive. That's why they get.
Well, but it's just another $44 per night. It's not really that big of a difference, and they're still part of the signature. So it's like you're staying at this really cool new hotel. Give them an express pass. Come on, do it up. So it really, at this point, unless you just want to experience the new hotel, and it's going to be kind of cool to be in the park. While it's open, be able to stay there and just go to your room at any time and come back out.
Is it the one with the express pass in the park?
The one with the express pass is not inside any of the parks, so it's still outside of the park. And they're really nice hotels, but you have to take we had to take a water taxi, or you could take a shuttle.
What's a water taxi?
It's a boat.
Oh, that makes more sense this
water
time.
Water taxi, as they call it. So it doesn't really. I just wonder why they're not giving out express passes for the Helios. But it looks like a really cool hotel. It's all nicely lit up. There's all these beautiful fountains, so on and so forth. So we've gone through all of that, right? And besides that, it's like I said, Universal's ending Halloween Horror Nights, and they're going to be closing that down and getting ready for their holiday celebrations. And Disney's obviously November, Disney goes right into it. It's like Halloween is the last day for Mickey's Not So Scary. There's a Friday. Mommy, see, this is where Mommy would come in. She would know exactly. November 8th is when the first Christmas celebration is at Magic Kingdom. So that only gives them 8 days to turn it over from Halloween to Christmas.
Wow.
So Magic Kingdom turns over pretty quick.
I feel like I've only ever seen the 4th of July celebrations. I don't think I've ever really seen the I've seen the daytime parades, but I've on holidays. I don't. The only one that I've seen before is I feel like the 4th of July.
Oh,
but probably when I was a baby, I've seen the other ones. But I only remember the 4th of July celebration.
Well, it's
fireworks.
because that just happened.
Yeah, but I would know if I've seen the Christmas celebrations, but I've never seen the Christmas or the Halloween, I don't think.
Well, we're going to have to get to it. we're going to have to get to it. And I think all these people out there that haven't listened, if they don't know how to get the best deals on all of these, whether you're going to Halloween Horror Nights, not Halloween, because that's something different. If you're the Very Merry Christmas Spectacular, whatever you're looking to do, obviously you could always come talk to us at Family Travel Planner. You can reach out to me or Abbie and or one of the travel specialists, and we could get you going from there. This isn't a sales pitch, but on top of that, one thing that we could ask for you, and that Heidi definitely wants from you to do, is if you listen to this podcast and if you enjoyed it at all, if you can please turn on your automatic downloads for this podcast. It helps us immensely, right? We're trying to keep things going. It helps with the Apple Analytics. If you're using it on your iPhone, turn on automatic downloads. We would really appreciate it. We hope to keep continuing throughout the year, providing all of your catching up on everything that's happened with Disney, so you don't have to. We're keeping tabs, and you can just listen to us ramble on. As Heidi sinks into her chair, I'm going to say thank you for being here today. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for pinch hitting for Mom. She appreciates it. I appreciate it. You're a really cool kid. I enjoyed talking Disney and watching Disney videos with you. Maybe we'll do that now. What do you think?
Yeah, sure. As long as I can eat something.
She drives a hard bargain. So thanks for joining us, folks. We'll see you. With
the world's most blabbermouthish person.
I'm a blabbermouthish person. We'll see you next week.
This has been a Family Travel Planner production.